It's 8 p.m. The polls have just closed here on the West Coast, and here's what's happening right now.
I'm trying to save our country.
The cost of everything is going up so much.
We're live with the latest on one of the hottest races in all of Washington State for U.S. Congress and District 4. Plus,
we need to place microwave technology on those towers.
Will voters in Franklin County say yay or nay to a proposition to improve 911 communication? We're covering those races and many more. Also tonight, and in other news,
they're going to have self-defense ready to get you, so I mean, that's all that is too, yeah.
A popular local dispensary deals with a potential break-in.
And I'm Stacy Lee, clear and cold tonight. Find out what's coming up this weekend on this special edition of Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, your voice, your vote. Election 2024, on your side.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us for this special edition of Apple Valley News Now on this Tuesday. I'm Austin Reed. Election Day 2024 is finally here. Millions of Americans have cast their ballot, a record number of 5 million people in the state of Washington. In the presidential race, the winner will need 270 of the 538 electoral votes to clinch the presidency. But here at home, there are a lot of things at stake in our local races. We've got some hot ones we are following for you right now. This includes the House race for District 4, the candidates Republican incumbent Dan Newhouse, with two challengers on the ballot, Republican Jared Sessler and Democrat Sharisa Boyd. This race, especially between Newhouse and Sessler, growing contentious over the past couple of months, both not willing to come to the debate table for various reasons, and political ads back and forth. So, as we mentioned, very hot race tonight. Newhouse, Sessler, Boyd, all fighting for the congressional seat. We'll bring you those results as soon as we have them. Another race we've got our eyes on. This is the state Senate seat out of District 14. This race has been a hot one, especially in the last couple of weeks. This is between incumbent Republican Curtis King and Democrat Maria Beltran. The political ads and the live rallies really drumming up excitement in their supporters. King has been in this role since 2007. We've got a couple of education bonds we're keeping our eyes on tonight. This comes out of the Richland School District and out of the Union Gap School District. You can see our in-depth reporting from Apple Valley News Now's Riley Fitzgerald just by going to applevalleynewsnow.com. The Richland School District is asking voters to consider passing a $314 million bond. This would be 97 cents per $1,000 in assessed home value. This bond would include a new high school set to be built in West Richland if passed. The Union Gap School District is asking voters to consider passing its upcoming bond. The cost, no more than $11,900,000. This is the fourth time the Union Gap School District has ran this bond. It's dropped in price for voters to $1.10 per $1,000 of assessed property value. All right, Washington initiatives on the ballot. We've got 4. You've heard us talk about these initiatives for months. We've got the full breakdown of what happens if you vote yes or no on these initiatives on our website. But these 4 have been talked about in length, so they are considered 4 hot races we'll be talking about this evening. We've got Initiative 2109, the Repeal Capital Gains Tax. If you vote yes, it means you don't want to be taxed. If you vote no, it means you want the tax to stay in place. Next up is Washington Initiative 2117. This initiative includes the repeal of the Climate Commitment Act. Voting yes on this means you want the CCA to go away, where voting no means you want the CCA to stay. Washington Initiative 2124 is the opt-out of long-term services insurance program. For this initiative, if you vote yes, you want everyone to be able to choose if they want WA Cares or not to be deducted from their paycheck. As of 2023, the tax rate was 58 cents per $100 of earnings. If you vote no, that means you want WA Cares to stay as is. Initiative 2066, the Natural Gas Policies Measure, is the initiative deemed for the people. If you voted yes, it means you want to allow residential homes and small businesses to keep the natural gas services if they choose to. If you vote no, it means you want the state and local governments to restrict the use of natural gases in buildings. Let's take a look at some of the other races on the ballot. This one is a profile we did just a couple of weeks ago. The College Place Police Department is looking to upgrade its facility with the help of a bond. The police department says that it is more than just cosmetic changes or a moral boost needed. A proposition for Franklin County voters, a 0.2% Franklin County only sales tax increase to upgrade Franklin County's emergency communications for 3 years. So we will be taking a look at the bond for the College Place Police Department. This new location, if passed, would be built next to College Place Middle and High School if it would allow them to move into the 19,000 square foot facility as soon as November of 2026. In Franklin County, again, Proposition 1 has an aging radio system. Officials with the sheriff's office and with fire districts tell us it could fail at any time. This bond would pay for upgrading the emergency radios and dispatch services. All right, we are all set for election coverage. We're going to set it aside for just a moment. So let's now get to our weather and find out if this mild, cool temperatures will continue. Apple Valley News Now. Stacey Lee joining us live with a first look at the forecast. Hey there, Stacey.
And you got that right, mild and cool. Look at the river tonight, looking out at Columbia Point here in Richland, Legends Casino Skycam. Calm waters, cool temperatures. You can see a sliver of the moon tonight. If you take a peek, 36 degrees right now. Winds much lighter tonight compared to yesterday, 7 miles an hour. Our sunset at 4:35. Let's take a look at our winds. Finally starting to calm down. It's been very gusty today in the Kittitas Valley, Ellensburg. I was tracking winds 30 to 35 miles an hour. Things starting to finally calm down. And I was at the salon earlier today, and all the ladies were talking about how windy it was yesterday. Here's some of our peak wind gusts from yesterday, 46 miles an hour in Tri-Cities. But look at Ellensburg, 54. Yakima tracked some gusts at 51 miles per hour. So we're past that. Things are calmer, but it's about to get pretty cold around the area. We're already down in the 30s for most of the viewing area. Temperatures drop even further below the freezing level tonight, and we're going to continue to see these cold temperatures over the next several days. So winds decreasing, clear, dry, and cold for the next few days. Be on the lookout tonight for some fog or freezing fog, especially in the valleys. Stormy weather ahead for the weekend. I'll tell you all about that coming up. Austin?
All right, Stacey, thank you. We'll see you soon. Well, over 64,000 ballots returned in Yakima County ahead of Election Day. But Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us the auditors expecting even more coming in last minute.
It's a two-page ballot this year with a lot of federal, state, and local races. And the Yakima County Auditor tells me they've had some questions from voters. Some voters confused over not seeing their county commissioner on the ballot.
Commissioner Amanda McKinney is not on the ballot. Her seat is not up for election.
In District 2, Democratic challenger Susan Soto Palmer up against incumbent and Republican candidate Kyle Curtis. And in District 3, 2 Republican candidates, Elpidia Saavedra challenging incumbent LaDon Lindy for his seat. Also on the ballot, 3 local propositions. 1, to create a metropolitan park district in the city of Toppenish to fund and maintain its parks, recreation facilities, and aquatic services. Another, to create a Lower Valley Public Hospital District to own and fund local hospitals.
It's affecting a small amount of people in the Lower Valley. If it's on your ballot, what they're asking you is, hey, can we create a taxation district that we will come back later and ask for a tax to fund the operations of a local hospital.
With 3 prospective commissioners running unopposed. Plus, Union Gap School District asking voters to approve over $11.8 million in bonds to fund district-wide safety upgrades and build a new gym. The estimated cost to voters, $259 a year for a $235,000 home.
That is the one question on the ballot that's going to require a supermajority. The other two questions that are park and hospital are simple majority questions.
If you just got your ballot in today, it could still be a few days before it's counted, but you can check the status of your ballot at votewa.gov. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Emily, thank you for that. Kittitas County already had over 62% of ballots returned as of this morning. Our Emily Goodell on double duty tonight. Now, earlier today, she spoke to elections officials who say they are expecting to reach between 80 and 85% returns. Let's go to her again.
Kittitas County Auditor Brian Elliott says he's worked hard to make sure that people know how to vote, hosting Elections 101 events throughout the community and adding new measures to increase transparency.
We did install live view cameras, so right now you can go to our website, you can watch live the ballot processing that's going on. And so that's instilled a lot of confidence for a lot of people.
Kittitas County voters looking at a ballot with unopposed races for District 2 and 3 commissioners and the Public Utility District 1 commissioner. Also voting on Superior Court judges. One race between Chris Harrion and Matt Mills. Another between James Kirkham and Patricia Todd. But the biggest question, Kittitas County commissioners asking voters to approve an increase for the county's road maintenance levy. The regular property tax that funds road maintenance limited to a 1% increase per year. But the county says construction costs increased almost 17% from 2021 to 2023. The proposed increase from 77 cents to $1.01 per $1,000 of assessed property value, or an additional $24 a year for every $100,000 of assessed value.
So it only applies to folks who pay the county roads tax. So if you live in the city limits, it doesn't apply to you. And a yes vote would increase the levy, and a no vote would basically leave it the same.
Again, if you're interested in watching that ballot processing live, Kittitas County has a link to do that on their website. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Emily, good work there. Thank you much. Now let's take a look at that District 4 race. There are some watch parties happening right now for the candidates, and we are headed to Prosser next. That is where we find Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma joining us live from the Sessler Watch Party. So Monique, what is it like in Prosser right now?
Hi, Austin. I'm whispering a little bit, but I'm going to try to hold the microphone close to my mouth as they're giving a speech right now, and I don't want to interrupt the person talking. But Sessler is the candidate that is running against the current congressman. And Sessler is running against the current congressman, Dan Newhouse, who has been in the office for almost about 10 years. Aside from those two people running for congressman, so is Teresa Boyd. Teresa Boyd surprised voters when she threw her hat in the ring to run for Congress to represent the Democratic Party. Now later, you're going to be able to hear from Sessler, and we're going to try to get in contact with Teresa and the current congressman, as current congressman and Boyd are celebrating with a private party. And I'm going to send it back to you at the desk, Austin. So I will stop talking over the speaker. Sending it back to the desk, Austin. Monique Ledesma in Prosser, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Monique, thank you. It looks like Sessler was making some remarks at the moment. By the way, coming up just around 9:30 tonight, Dan Newhouse will be hosting a virtual press conference, and we will attend that. We'll bring you the full story tonight at 11. In the meantime, of course, make sure you stay up to date with us on the latest election headlines. Just use your smartphone, open up the camera feature, and hold it on the QR code. You'll get the latest information and election headlines at the click of a button. All right, this special edition of Apple Valley News Now just getting started. Still ahead, we'll catch up with Dan Hansen live in Kennewick. Also, the message a Findlay business owner has for people who tried to burglarize his store. He doesn't have such kind words. And Stacy's up next with your full First Alert forecast as we leave you to break. A live picture from Yakima. It's chilly out there. We'll be right back.
Judy Justice, weekdays at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
The sad story of Buck the Chimp. Apple Valley News Now, Thursday at 6.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Here at the clinic, we stay up to date on the latest research and we offer cutting-edge therapies. We treat a number of different conditions, specifically Parkinson's disease, stroke recovery, traumatic brain injury, fibromyalgia, diabetes. We also treat folks dealing with cognitive decline due to aging.
We all have dreams and ideas about how life is going to be, and then life happens, and it's not necessarily what we pictured. So how do we deal with that? I've lived with multiple sclerosis for years. It's realizing that it's all one system. How do you reset your goals so that you can live a happy, healthy life even with chronic illness? And I can attest, yes, you can. My life is incredibly happy.
We first start by improving oxygen utilization in the cells because healthy cells are well oxygenated. We then work towards improving areas of the brain that are inefficient, and for this we use a number of different modalities. We offer oxygen contrast therapy, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, transcranial photobiomodulation, and our latest addition, brain high-intensity interval training.
We also build a schedule for the patient that makes it easy to adapt their game plan to their lives and the therapies they do inside the clinic. To get started, call 509-783-5465 and schedule an appointment with a client advocate today.
Unlock beautiful skin with Curve Appeal's limited time special. For a short time only, enjoy any IPL, Resurfex, RF microneedling, or combo treatments. Buy one and get the next area 50% off. Treat yourself to smoother, glowing skin across your face, neck, chest, arms, or tummy. Restrictions apply. Both areas must be used in the same treatment time. Feel fabulous and look flawless. Ready to look as young as you feel? Book your appointment today with Curve Appeal.
You love the internet. But do you love your internet? Is your bundle a bundle of joy? Do you celebrate your contract's anniversary? No? You should meet Ziply Fiber. High-speed fiber optic internet means more freedom, more reliability, more speed on all your family's devices, all at the same time. Happily ever faster. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply. Plans as low as $10 a month.
Welcome back to this special election edition of Apple Valley News Now. Washington State University Tri-Cities, in partnership with the Benton County Auditor's Office, is hosting an election event to help the community with voting questions. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen joining us live at the Benton County Voting Center for a live look at what's going on there. Hey there, Dan.
Hey, Austin. Yeah, we just got here probably about 20 minutes ago, and polls are closed, but there are people still in line. Now, I did speak to the Benton County Auditor's Office earlier today, and they said if you are actively in line, even though that 8 o'clock deadline has passed, you are still able to vote. Now, there are still plenty of cars here in the parking lot. The lines have died down just a little bit, but there's still people here waiting in line to cast that ballot. Now, later tonight, stay tuned with Apple Valley News, and we'll have updates on the most recent results. Live in Kennewick, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Dan, thank you for that live report. Let's get to your other headlines quickly before we check in with Stacy. A crime alert, a police chase of a stolen Pasco School District vehicle turned into a hit and run in Kennewick. The suspect's still out there. The department says on Saturday morning they tried to do a traffic stop when they spotted the Pasco School District truck reported stolen. The driver of the truck took off. At one point, it hit and totaled another truck. This photo came to us by the victim of the hit and run, who says he moved to get out of the way when he saw the stolen vehicle and law enforcement approaching around West Kennewick Avenue and Fruitland Street, but didn't have enough time. The Kennewick Police Department tonight says if you're on the streets in this kind of situation, hone in on defensive driving skills and be quick to react.
If you just happen to see the emergency lights in that moment, just practice what we've always been taught as drivers and pull to the right as safe as you can, as quick as you can. That way you can avoid any collateral damage as a result of a person fleeing at a high rate of speed or recklessly. That way you can avoid getting struck or anything like that.
Police found the stolen truck abandoned around the 1200 block of Canal Drive. So far in the investigation, the department says the driver of the stolen car has no connection to the Pasco School District, and the district did confirm with Apple Valley News Now that it was their car that was stolen. KPD is still looking for the suspect, described as an older Caucasian male wearing a sweatshirt. If you know anything about the situation, call KPD. Green to Go, a cannabis shop near Findlay, faces an attempted burglary overnight. The Benton County Sheriff's Office says 5 suspects tried to break in. The shop is only left with cracks in their bulletproof glass windows and nothing stolen. But Apple Valley News Now's Riley Fitzgerald says the owners are lighting up one specific message for those responsible.
My hope is that the people in the community that are doing these things, before you're trying to rob a weed store, maybe reach out and ask for a job.
Co-owner of Green to Go, Steve Lee, says cannabis stores have been a regular target for crimes and robbery. They are cash-only businesses. Cannabis is something people believe is stealable, though Lee says it's inexpensive and regularized these days. He says because of all of this, they have high security standards.
That store is very, very well secured for exactly these types of scenarios. But so far, every single time someone has attempted to steal from us or successfully stolen from us, somebody has been caught and prosecuted.
So, you break in there, they're gonna have self-defense ready to get you. So, that's all that is too, yeah.
Lee says the building is designed to be a fortress, to withstand criminal acts until authorities arrived, which worked in this case.
In this case, Green to Go does have a robust security system, and they do have video of the incident, and so we're able to work with that to try and identify those subjects and vehicle that were involved.
Lieutenant Erickson with the Benton County Sheriff's Office says that footage is critical evidence for a jury when cases like these go to trial. And it's not the first time this has happened.
Unfortunately, Green to Go has been the target of prior burglary attempts, malicious mischief attempts.
Lee says back in April, when the Pasco Green to Go opened, it was quickly targeted.
Where some basically kids stole a car and drove it through our building. And it was just the most incredibly dangerous, stupid stuff you can imagine. And then they got scared and ran away without actually stealing anything. They're lucky they didn't lose their lives.
And Lee says he's serious about that first offer.
Man, people think crime pays, but I'll tell you what really pays, a good job.
Lee says the community will take care of you if you take care of it. In Findlay, Riley Fitzgerald, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Riley, right now the Benton County Sheriff's Office has not arrested any suspects. The investigation is ongoing. The Richland Police Department says an 8-year-old child was taken to the hospital after going trick-or-treating and eating THC candy. Authorities say the child's parents discovered their son had eaten Nerds gummy clusters, which was marked medicated. The child was taken to the hospital. Their condition unknown at this hour. The police department says it is actively investigating.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And let's take a look at that ever-changing weather forecast. Chilly tonight. Look at this. We're already down to 36 degrees, and it's going to drop even more tonight. Winds much lighter. Remember yesterday, very blustery day. That's going to change here in the next couple of days. Let's take a look at our radar and satellite. Most of the storm systems have moved out of our area, but you do see a little bit of cloud cover, and we could even see a little bit of fog or freezing fog moving through the region tonight with these dropping temperatures. Look at how cold it is. Very, very cold temperatures, 25 to 30 degrees below in the area here in the round, but we're getting all the cool air down from the north right across the Pacific Northwest. Typically 54 or so degrees in Yakima and Walla Walla. Going to dip just below that, and then we get even colder as we head into the weekend. Tri-Cities and Hermiston usually right around 55. We were above average today, dropping just below that average in the daytime. It's the nighttime when you're going to see those chilly overnight lows, like tonight, for example, going to be below the freezing level all through the area. I've been warning you to make sure you get those sprinkler blowouts done because we're going to have several days below the freezing level. So 20s all through the region for us tonight. Tomorrow, look for a little bit of patchy fog possible, especially in the Columbia Basin between Yakima and Tri-Cities. We like to see a lot of fog there. 50-degree temperature, so several degrees cooler than we were today. Low 50s and only hitting 49 in Dayton tomorrow. Let's talk about rain chances. Things are going to be changing heading into the weekend. We're looking pretty good through Friday, so it's going to be cool, clear, and dry. But then we start to see our first system coming in the weekend. This one's a little bit weaker. We have a stronger system setting up Sunday into Monday, which is going to bring even more chances of showers early next week and more heavy mountain snow. I've been eyeballing and checking out all the great photos of all the mountain passes and mountains over the last couple of days. Here's what it looks like in Yakima. Increasing rain chances on Saturday, decreasing on Sunday, but Monday is when we're looking to see even heavier showers. Here's what we're looking like shower total wise with this next first small system coming in over the weekend. The mountains are going to receive the majority of that rainfall, but we could see anywhere from a tenth to a half an inch in the lower elevations. Blue Mountains looking at 3/4 to an inch of rain there. Let's talk 7-day forecast. Here's those frosty overnight lows with cool daytime temperatures, but we stay in the 50s, so just slightly below the average. There's that increase in rain, as you can see on Saturday, kind of a in-between day Sunday, and then those rain showers really ramp up as we get into Monday next week. Yakima also very cold below the freezing level for the next 2 nights, and we're going to see the temperatures pretty much around the low 50s, dropping down on Sunday into the 40s, and then you'll see those temperatures again dipping down a little bit as that next big system moves through the area. Now that system that's going to move in late Saturday into Sunday, that one is the small one. The bigger one comes Monday. That's going to bring cooler temperatures all to the area. And like I said, we're looking at 6 to 10, maybe even a foot of snow in some of our mountain areas. Chilly overnight lows in Walla Walla below the freezing level. Wet weather beginning Saturday with a chance all the way through Monday there. And we'll have those chilly below freezing level temperatures also in Hermiston, but clear and cool for the next couple of days. I kind of like these crispy days. You know, if you layer up and wear the right clothing, it's not so bad.
And no, it's not. And at least the rain didn't detour people from going out and voting.
There you go.
So, and it wasn't too windy
It wasn't
as well.
too windy like yesterday.
All right. We are going to take a quick break. More news on the other side.
The Seattle Kraken, all season on Apple Valley News Now.
If you're injured on the job, you need an experienced workers' comp attorney.
Workers' compensation is complex. It has its own laws, doctors, courts, and judges.
For years as an assistant attorney general, I represented labor and industries. Now, I fight for injured workers.
If you were hurt at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411, Bothwell and Hamill.
Who's ready to heal with love? I'm gonna sue you.
Your lawyers know where to find me.
Prosser Memorial Health reminds you, watch Grey's Anatomy Thursdays. Prosser Memorial Health, this is how we care.
Thank you guys for making Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest and ABC's Good Morning America the most watched morning news on local TV.
Thank you. What's new, what's now, and what's next? Plus first alert weather every 10 minutes. Wake up with Apple Valley News Now.
We're on your side.
On your side.
During fall and winter, weather can change fast.
And no one works harder to give you early warnings than Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather.
We're constantly looking ahead for the next weather event that could impact our area.
It could be a severe storm or just disruptive weather like a small shower that could interfere with soccer or football games.
On air, online, mobile, and social, we'll get it right.
First alert weather from Apple Valley News Now.
On your side.
Always on your side.
Millions of people deal with obesity and face unfair weight bias every day.
We don't want you on our team. You're too slow and fat.
Weight bias is harmful, not helpful.
Everyone deserves to be treated with dignity and respect.
Learn more about weight bias and how to help end it. Visit stopweightbias.com.
Let's work together to stop weight bias today.
What does it take to be the most watched newscast in America?
operation. Is this our combat operations center? We're approaching the gate now. The house is destroyed, but the flag not okay, you know.
World News Tonight and Apple Valley News Now, your most trusted local news source.
Hi, Ismail. David. I'm David Muir.
I know who you are.
You
Watch
do?
you every night.
ABC World News Tonight with David Muir at 3:30 and 5:30. Apple Valley News Now at 5, 6, and 6:30.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Weekdays at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back, everybody. A quick reminder, make sure you stay up to date with us on the latest election headlines. Just use your smartphone, open up the camera feature, and hold it on the QR code. You'll get the latest information and election headlines at the click of a button. Real quick, we are getting some early results from Kittitas County and Washington State, and we're going to bring you the latest, of course, online, and then we'll see you again at 11 as well. But we're going to take a quick break for now because up next,
final weather and your viewer photo of the day, and it's a beauty. Awesome.
Judy Justice. Weekdays at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
You love the internet. But do you love your internet? Do frozen screens make your heart melt? Do buffering wheels give you butterflies? Didn't think so. You should meet Ziply Fiber. It's faster, it's friendlier, it's fiber. Ziply is fiber optic internet. That means no lag and no buffering. Gotta love it. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply. Plans as low as $10 a month.
'Tis the season for a holiday shopping tradition. Custer's 29th annual Christmas Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Hapo Center in Pasco. Join us as 150 artisans from across the Northwest display and sell their fine art, handcrafts, and specialty foods. The variety and quality of work make this a must-see event. Single day admission, only $8. Tickets on sale now at custershows.com. Get creative with your holiday shopping at Custer's Christmas Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Hapo Center in Pasco.
Thank you for making Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest and ABC's Good Morning America the most watched morning news on local TV.
Thank you so much.
What's new, what's now, and what's next? Plus first alert weather every 10 minutes. Wake up with Apple Valley News Now.
On your side.
Apple Valley News Now is home to top shows from ABC like 911, the all-new Dr. Odyssey, and The Golden Bachelorette. And Apple Valley News Now is home to the #1 local morning newscast.
Now that's good.
Good Morning Northwest, followed by Good Morning America. Plus, we lead the way in sports with NFL Monday Night Football, college football, including the SEC and the Seattle Kraken. Apple Valley News Now, proudly serving South Central Washington and Northern Oregon.
And we are on your side.
Apple Valley News Now first alert weather means early warnings and accurate forecasts.
Most fall days are awesome, but on those days when wind, rain, or snow is coming, count on our team for the most accurate advanced warnings right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, mobile, and social. Count on us to get it right.
Weatherproof your world with Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather.
First alert weather from Apple Valley News Now. On your side.
On your side.
Always on your side.
Next live, Maria Menounos, plus Nicholas Alexander Chavez from FX's Grotesquerie.
I didn't blink. I didn't want to miss a moment.
Tomorrow at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
The sad story of Buck the Chimp. Apple Valley News Now, Thursday at 6.
And the view we all dream of. There's your viewer photo of the day from our friend Lynn Hopwood. Thanks, Lynn. Look at that. She said, got it out, magical clouds on the Horse Heaven Hills above Prosser. Great photo. QR code right side of your screen. That's how you get your photo on the television. So thanks, Lynn, for that.
All right, we're going to get back to ABC News. We'll be back with more local results at 11.
We'll see you then.